Hello everyone. In this episode, we are going to understand how to process delete requests using Fastify. So let's start. For implementing the delete API using Fastify, we already have a project set up in place using Nodemon and Fastify configured. Please find the link in the description for an episode which covers this topic. We will be using a JSON file as a source of data for this particular example. Let's go ahead and create a data file. First, we'll create a folder called data, within which we'll create a file called products.json, which will contain a list of products against which the delete API will function. We have pre-prepared data available for this file, which, as can be seen, is a listing of 4 products with some attributes. We will need to read this JSON file for it to be available for the application to function against. We'll use the file system module for reading the contents of this JSON file. We'll then read the content of this file using read file sync function from the file system module. The directory name global points to the current directory. We'll use a path relative to this for reading the file. Once we have the contents of the file read, we will then parse the file and make it available as a JavaScript object. Next, we will implement a getAll API. The reason we are implementing this is this API will be used to verify whether products are getting deleted once the delete API has been implemented. So let's go ahead and implement the get call. This will return a list of all the products. Let's verify if this API is functioning as expected by starting the server and making this call. We'll make the call using Postman. We need to give the path as products here, which we missed earlier. Let's verify it again. As we see here, we are getting a listing of all the products. Next, we will implement the delete API. This will take a product ID as a path parameter. The ID will be for the product that needs to be deleted. The way path parameter can be defined is by prepending it with the colon. We will then define the handler function for it. We will define a variable called product, which will be the product that needs to be deleted. Next, we will iterate through all the products and try to find a match for the given product ID passed as a path parameter. We'll check if the product in the current iteration has the same ID as the ID of the path parameter. You can get a hold of the path parameter by reading the params attribute from the request object. If a match is found, we will assign the product to the product variable that has been defined. We will then remove this particular item from the array by calling the splice function. We'll pass the index, which is the index of the object to be removed, and the next argument is the number of objects that needs to be removed. In this case, we just need to remove this particular product. We'll also break out of this loop as a match has been found. Next, we will have to return a response. For that, we will check if a match for the given product ID has been found. we will return the details of the deleted product, which is held by the product variable. If a match is not found, we'll return a 404 response with an empty body as part of that response. We can use the code function to return a specific status code and the send function for returning the body. Now let's check if this API works as expected. So we'll just re-verify if the get call is still functioning as expected, and yes, it does. Next, we will call the delete API. In this case, we'll pass a ID as 1. So the product with ID 1 needs to be deleted. Let's call this API. As we see that we have got the response which contains the details of the product which has been deleted. We'll then verify if the product has actually got deleted by again making a get call, and in this case the product should not get listed. As we see that the product with the ID 1 has not been listed. If you like this episode and if you would like to watch future such episodes on various technology topics, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.
At Spinsage, we provide digital consultancy services including web and mobile app development. For inquiries, please visit spinsage.com.